YouTubers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's so good to be here. It's so good to be in your faces again this year. Happy New Year, because we've not seen this year, so Happy New Year. Yeah, so thank you guys for sticking to my channel. Thank you for coming back to watch my videos. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. I really appreciate the love. Yeah, so I know I've been away for a long time. I think the last video I did was November last year. Yes, that was before we went on break from school. Yes, so now I'm finally back to school. But because of one thing or the other, I've not been able to make any videos because I'm always very, very busy. Busy as hell. Yes, so that's why I've not been able to make any video. But yes, I just want to give a chit chat while I do my makeup. I just want to, keep you guys updated on what has been going on in my life since January till this very moment. So sit back, relax, and enjoy my gist. Yeah, so today I'll be doing an everyday, makeup look you just do for a random outing, or just a random makeup look. Yes, so while I tell you what have been going on in my life, so first of all, I'm going to be starting with my foundation. My face is already prepared or primed or whatever, so I don't need to go through that process anymore. So I'm just going to get right into the makeup. Not my makeup, not my makeup, because I'm not a professional makeup artist, right? So I just manage. First of all, from November last year to January. Okay, at first I was in school, and then after school I went back home. I went back home in December because I finished my exams in December. So I went back home December 23rd or so, and then I met my family. It was like a reunion because I've not seen my family in a very long time. And then because it is Christmas, so it was a very fun time. And then fast forward to January. So in January, my brother got married. He came back from the UK and he did his wedding here in Nigeria. He got married to a beautiful woman. Yes. So yeah, so we did the wedding in Owerri. That journey was the most scary journey of my life. Like, I've never been that scared all my life. It was the scariest journey I've ever encountered. So, and then by the grace of God, we came back from that, and then we came into the shocking news of our life that our house was going to be demolished. Where we stay was going to be demolished. Like, that was the most heartbreaking news anyone should ever think of hearing. It was just so fast. Okay, first of all, these people have been talking about coming to demolish the house, coming to demolish that environment. But because these are people that, okay, they are Air Force base. We stay right behind the Air Force base, the Nigerian Air Force base in Abuja. So, and then in a small village called Nwalili. So that's where we settled, and this is a settlement that includes both the Nigeria Immigration and the Nigeria Prisons Correctional Services, rather, and then Air Force base. It's just a small settlement of most workers that stay around that area. So, and that was why we had a lot of people that were like uniform, personnel around that area, which includes their people, like higher number of the Air Force people. So when they were talking about demolishing the village for them to have more space to, build their base for their workers, or rather to expand their base. So, but every single time they come up with the story, we keep hearing different rumors about it, whether they are coming or they are not coming, and then we didn't actually really know what to believe. Okay, and then much later they came up and said, okay, they wanted to just demolish a part of the place, not like the whole of the village, so people can still stay. People that were not staying very close to their fence can still stay, But then we saw the greatest shock of our life, because when they came in the month of January, they just brought to our notice that they were going to demolish, and they gave people like some days to move. They gave just a few days to pack out. And these are people that just crossed over into the new year. A lot of people had spent their money in the festive season and all. And a lot of people were really broke at the time, including myself and my family. So, but then we're still having hopes that it wasn't going to happen. Me personally, I had that hope and I just had that faith that okay, it wasn't going to happen, it won't happen, it won't happen. And then when we came back from the journey, I think we came back from the journey on the 7th or 8th of January, and then we had just few days to stay, and only for them to start saying that they were coming to demolish on the 10th of January. I would never forget that day. And you know, having in mind that most of us didn't even have anywhere to go. A lot of people didn't even have any plan at all to leave, any plan at all, because this is our own apartment. This is, first of all, I do not stay in a rented apartment. I stay in my father's house. My father builds the house, for us to stay. So I do not stay in a rented apartment, and that was our only source of shelter. That was our only source of shelter. We had in mind that we are going to be homeless. Okay, so first of all, let me backtrack to last year. Before this year. So I and my sisters and my family, we just keep talking about how much we want to leave that particular village because it was no longer comfortable for us. We need to just change environments. We need to, get a different experience about life and everything. Let me take some time out to look at my makeup and see how it's going. We really wanted to leave, but then at the same time, we we didn't have where to go to. We wanted to leave, but we didn't know how to go about it. We didn't know where to go. We didn't have any money somewhere, and we know how expensive it is now to get an apartment, especially when you're not buying, when you're renting. Everybody knows how difficult it is now to get a place. These were the things we were trying to consider. Imagine going from being a landlord to now paying rent. It's a very drastic change. It's a very major change in our lives. But then we're trying to make sure that we made a very good decision. We're either planning to either sell the house or just put it up for rent and then get another place. And then we're in this decision making before these people came up with their own plans of demolition. It was just everything just happened all at once. It just happened at the same time. We just came back from a journey and now we are at the verge of losing our home. It was really a very difficult and trying time for my family and I. And then so on this day, which was on a Monday, I was still sleeping because I know I wake up late. I usually wake up late, so I was still sleeping. And then my mom just rushed in like, you dey here they sleep? You dey here they sleep? Since they happen for outside, you dey here they sleep? Stand up, then you come back on the pack load. And I'm like, pack which load to where? Where are we packing to? And I was still telling her like, no, let's just wait. Let's not pack. It will not happen. They won't demolish this place. They won't demolish it. Let's just wait. I don't know who was giving me that mind. I was just feeling like it wasn't going to happen. Even if it was going to happen, God was going to come through for us. God won't let us just go like that. We're not going to be. We're not going. I know. I just knew something for sure that I was not going to be homeless. I just knew for sure that God was going to make a way. I don't know how, but I had that faith and that confidence in God that God was going to make a way for my family and I. And then that was how, like play. Oh, we're still in the middle of contemplating whether to start packing. In fact, my mom had already started packing our things before then. She had already started to put our things in one place. And then because at the point when they came, at first they were still saying how you don't even know, we didn't even know what exactly to believe. We didn't even know what to believe because everybody had like their own story. Everybody had one thing they had to say about the whole situation. Today someone is coming to say they're going to demolish here, they're not going to touch this area. There's a specific area they're not going to go beyond. And then some other days someone else is coming to say now everywhere everybody they pack. And then this was us in a complete state of confusion. not knowing where to go. Forgive my makeup. I don't know. This makeup is not makeup in what I'm doing on my face. But anyways, we were just in that place of not knowing where to go, not knowing what was really happening. And then on that fateful day, on that Monday morning, these people came and they started to demolish people's houses. And I went out that day and I was just looking. I was just looking at people. I was just looking at everybody crying. A lot of people were homeless. A lot of people didn't even know where to go. They didn't even know how to start. A lot of people were so confused. Like, what do we do? Where do we go? You just go out and you see somebody standing and crying because they don't even know. They don't even know where to go from there. Everybody was confused, completely confused. It was a very heartbreaking, condition, and no, but that was how we had to relocate to a new place. Everybody had to move to a new place. Sorry, there's a mirror right in front of me. I'm trying to make sure I don't do rubbish on my face. That was how we moved to a new place. That's the story of my demolition. From there, we've been hoping, trying to settle in the new place. And God has been good. God has been very good. God has been so faithful to us. We're really thankful to God because eventually they brought down the whole village. They brought down a complete village. They brought it down to the lowest form. I saw my house and I could not even recognize my house. Last time I went there, I was like, where is this? Please, where is this place? It was a complete state of chaos and pain all at once. But it was a good transition because we already saw ourselves leaving. So for us, it wasn't much of a surprise because we already saw ourselves leaving that place. We just needed that push. Like, for me, I feel like everything just happened at the right time. Everything just happened at the right time because I don't think there would have been any better time for us to have made that decision. And at the time it happened, I just feel like everything happened at the very right time. It was just time for us to leave and then we left. I was really happy for my family, apart from the fact that we lost our home. Because ordinarily we wouldn't have completely lost it. We'd have still just know that okay, there's somewhere we have that it's just somewhere, even if we left the place. But so that was how we left too. I don't know, but it's not easy for me to talk and walk on my face. It's very difficult. How do people do it? I see how difficult it is to give a gist and also try to concentrate on what you're doing. It's actually a very difficult thing to do. I don't know how. I don't know what I'm looking like. I don't know how I'm looking in this makeup. Is my makeup coming out? Just tell me in the comment section if I'm already looking okay because at this point, I don't know what I'm doing on my face. I really don't know what I'm doing on my face. Give me a minute to admire this glowing skin. What else happened? What else has happened? And apart from that, for me, this year is just a determining year for me. Things are just happening at the right time because I know with God, there's no mistake. With God, if you are in Christ, there's no mistake. That everything happens for a reason, and according to what the Bible says, for those that know God, all things works together for good, for their good. And for me, that's what I hold on to. I know that everything didn't just happen because the devil wanted it to happen, because God wanted us to move to a better place, because where we moved to is way better than where we are coming from. And then so it's just a very good thing for me. It's just a very good thing for I and my family. And we are happy. Not completely happy, but we are happy it happened. This year is a determining year for me. I think for everyone, there's a different move. There's a different move, especially for those that are Christians and for those that are sensitive to the things of the spirit. Like there's just something different about this year. I observed that a lot of things are just happening. Most likely things that you've prayed for last year, it's just most of them are just manifesting this year. For me, that's what I think. That's what has been going on in my life. I love to do a nude look for my eyes. We're going in with this brown shade right here. And then coming back to school, before I came back to school, let me just go through this very special parts. Before I came to school last year, I prayed because being a photographer and praying to God for a camera. Bearing in mind that camera kits gears are so expensive, and I didn't know how to go about it because it's not like I have money somewhere but I was just in the place of, I know God will provide. I don't know how it will come, but I know God will provide. And then I wrote it down in my prayer list while I was praying in the month of October. Probably if I had not written that prayer down, I wouldn't have seen how fast God answered that prayers. Although I've been praying for a camera like some years ago, but not intentionally. Not intentionally because I didn't really put so much interest in praying like deliberately for a camera. Although I know I need it, but I didn't put so much importance in praying there for a camera. But I started praying for a camera last year, and that was because my partner saw the need for me to have a camera. So thanks to that man. And then having prayed, I wrote it down in my prayer list and believing God that God would do it for me. I didn't know how, but I just believed that it was going to happen. God did answer my prayers. God did answer my prayers, and I got a camera. I got a camera in the month of January, having in mind that they had just demolished my house. They had just demolished our house in the month of January, but still I got a camera in the month of January, and we weren't homeless as well. I just know that all of this, it has just been God all the way. It has just been God showing up and showing out. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, what have I done? What do I do? What am I doing to deserve this kind of love from God? But I just know that He's an unconditional God and He's merciful. God doesn't count on the things we do. We are the one who count on the things we do, but God do not count on the things we do. Doesn't mean that you should not do the right thing, though, but God doesn't count on the things we do. He's so merciful that even in the times where you don't believe in Him, even in the times where you do not believe that God will make out and God will make a way for you, He would still make a way. And that's the kind of prayer, that's one prayer I always pray. God should just answer me whether I believe or not, because there are a lot of times that I don't believe. I'm just praying and asking God for something, but then I don't really have that faith that it will come at the time I want it to come, or it will even be answered at all. But I just know that I would pray for that thing, believing that God will answer. That's how it has been. And yeah, I got a camera, I got a speed light and everything. So I'm just going to kickstart with that for now, pending when I would, get all the other gears. After that, I came back to school, and school has been so overwhelming lately. Bearing in mind that I'm in my third year in school. That's because of Nigeria and the calendar of my school. Normally, I'm supposed to be in my final year now, but my school calendar is just so slow, and then the country as well affected a lot of things due to the strike of some years ago. I'm in 300 level. This semester has been so occupied. It has been the busiest since I entered school. It has been the most tasking and busiest since I came into the university. We always hear how much a lot of students lose their good grades in 300 level. You hear about a student that was in the first class, and then in 300 level they dropped. Really scary, really scary for me, because I know that aside school there are a lot of things that are taking into my time. I'm a worker in my church, I'm a worker in fellowship, and these are things that eat into my time. Most of the time I have to learn to divide my attention. I have to learn to do a lot of things at the same time. I mean, the media unit in my church, most of the time I have to edit pictures, I have to post pictures, I have to make sure that, and being a worker and being a media coordinator in my church, I have to make sure that most things go well and at the right time, at the time they're supposed to be done. Pictures are posted at the time they're supposed to be posted. Things are done at the right time. I have to just generally look out for everything that's happening in the unit. It's really tasking for me, and I'm not a kind of person that really multitask. In my brain, I used to multitask, but in the physical, I don't multitask because in my brain, I'm doing like 100 things at a time, but in the physical, I have to take one thing at a time. If not, another one will suffer. Another one will bear the see less attention. I don't know what word to use. That's how it has just been with me, and I've been trying so hard to learn how to do things at the time I'm supposed to do them. Before now, I'm a late night person. I sleep very late, and then I wake up late in the night as well. Wake up late in the morning because I don't sleep very early, so I wake up late in the morning. Yeah, so I'm using this palette for the shimmers. I had used this one for the matte look. I'm using Laura Mercier. I'm using this. I use this for the matte look. I'm using this for the shimmers. I do not really like too much, so I'm just going to be using a very little. This is beginning to look like a bridal makeup. It wasn't intended. That's pretty much what has been happening in my life. For real though, I don't know how you people do this thing. No, it's very difficult for me to talk and do my makeup at the same time. It's very difficult. I feel so distracted. I feel so distracted. Right now, I'm going to be doing my brows. I don't really like to do my brows. I don't really like to put so much eye pencils and all. I just like to brush it out and just outline them. I'm a very minimal person when it comes to makeup. I don't really like makeup, so I try as much as possible not to overdo. I don't want to look different from how I would normally look. So I'm just going to just brush it out like this. Forgive me, oh, I'm not the makeup artist. I didn't sharpen my my brow pencil just because of laziness. I need to stand up and get the sharpener. I'm just going to make do it like this. Do I look any different? No, but I look good. This is how I usually outline my brows when I'm doing my makeup. Take some time out to admire this beauty. That's pretty much it. This semester has been a lot. I've been working on a lot of assignments, a lot of now they are saying very soon they'll give project and all. Which is, but in all, because I have God, because I have myself, because I have God is backing me up, I know that it's going to be a piece of cake. Although the exams are scaring me because these courses are not smiling. And then how you are in this part of the world where certain courses are more important than certain courses. So I scratched my face. For example, I'm studying linguistics in school, right? Languages and linguistics, one majorly linguistics. And then you hear a lot of people say, basically you won't use that one, do stuff like that. They place more importance on certain courses than other courses, which I totally do not agree with because I feel like every course has their uniqueness. Every course has their uniqueness. They should be as well they should place as much importance as they would place on a doctor, on someone studying accounting, as much importance as they would place on a lawyer, someone studying linguistics. There shouldn't be any segregation or point of argument as to which course is better than which. All courses have their uniqueness. All courses are difficult in their own way. When I entered Unsuk in 100 level, Unsuk is Nasarawa State University, Kefi. When I entered Unsuk in 100 level, these lecturers are always coming in to tell you how important it is to do this course, how important it is to put your heart to it, learn, study hard, and then you will do great things with this particular course. And then suddenly in school, my lecturer comes in class, and the first thing he says is that, you see this course people are doing, you cannot get work anywhere. What? Ha! That was the height of my day. That day, I was like, what? These are people that come in to tell us how much we need to put more effort in learning so that we can get the best out of it. And then he comes in one day and tells us how much we need to, and tells us how much, how useless the course we are studying is. For me, like, that was a very wrong thing to do. That was a very wrong thing to do. He even went as far as saying that if he had the opportunity to choose between theater arts and linguistics, he would go for theater arts. This is someone that has a doctorate degree in linguistics telling us this kind of thing. What do we what do you expect? Like, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. It was very heartbreaking because at this point it's already too late. It's already too late to make that decision. It's already too late to start saying maybe I should switch in 100 level, maybe I should switch in 300 level, in 200 level into a different course. It's already too late at the time. Why would you just come and tell us that kind of thing? This same man told us that studying linguistics was very important and it will take us to a lot of things. It will help us do a lot of things when we're in while we're in 100 level and 200 level. And then suddenly it comes in to say it won't take us anywhere. We need to do something else. It was really, really heartbreaking. I'm here now in a place of thinking, am I sure I've made the right decision in terms of my career, in terms of my academic path? Am I sure I've made a right decision? Why did I even go for linguistics in the first place? I had the opportunity to choose between law and linguistics, but I don't like law. I've never seen myself doing law. I've never seen myself anywhere around law. And so I went for linguistics. At the time I chose linguistics, I didn't really know what I was going to do. I just chose it out of the blues. The name linguistics sounds nice, so let me just go for it. And that was how I went. And then when I started studying about the course, I started reading about the course, and I was like, it sounds more interesting than it's actually more interesting than what I thought. Bearing in mind that most people think that when you're studying linguistics, you just come to school to learn languages. Not true. It's a very wrong notion about linguistics. Linguistics is a complete science on its own. It's just like studying medicine, but studying medicine of languages, how languages was formed. It's just how doctors study the systems of the body, respiratory, whatever. That's how we study linguistics. We study language in its in its I don't know how to we study language from its original source, original form, how it came about, how these things are put together, how language is the birth of language. It studies everything about languages. Let me not just confuse myself and confuse you. Linguistics is not a funny course to study. If I would advise anybody, I would tell you, please don't study linguistics. But if you want to, and you know you can cope with it, and you know you like it, you have passion for it, then fine. It's very fine. You can study linguistics. But if you know you can't cope with stress, please just look for something else. That is what I'm going to advise you. Take it. So take some time out to admire this beauty. What do you say about my lips? They're looking good. Yeah, so how do I look? Please tell me in the comment section what you think about my makeup. I think it looks good, but it's really, really difficult for me to talk and do my makeup. I don't think I've ever done this before. This is my first time trying it. It's not so easy. It's not so easy to do at all. You YouTubers are trying. I don't think I can do this. I don't know. How do I look? I don't know. I think it looks good. It's just a random makeup, Jerry. It's nothing serious. I'm just trying to create those under eye shadows they do in makeup. I've actually never done this before, so oh my god, I'm entering my eyes. This is so disturbing. How do I look, guys? So my makeup. You can go to anywhere. You can go to anywhere with this makeup. You can go to the church. You can go to work. You can go to class. You can go to anywhere with this makeup, right? I'm just going to do my favorite part of my makeup, which is the blush. Setting spray. Guys, we have come to the end of today's chit chat. How do I look? I'm sure my makeup looks beautiful. Thank you guys for staying through to the end of this video. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want me to do more videos like this, please comment in the comment section and I will definitely do so. That's pretty much it. I don't know about you, but I think this makeup looks good. Yes, thank you very much for sticking through to the end of this video. Thank you for liking. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much, and with this we have come to the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs ups are very important because it makes this video go far. It makes it go wider if when you like, because it tells YouTube that it's a good video, so they recommend it more. Thank you very much. Please do not forget to like and comment and then share. Thank you very much. I really love you.